captain, one of the biggest skills you need to have is people skills, delegation, conflict management, conflict mitigation. What would you like to share with us about that? How do you deal with people?
Yes, I think that's a very nuanced subject because equipment and things will react in very predictive manners. If you want to turn on a piece of equipment and you press the on button, unless something's wrong with it, it will turn on. But with people, there are many influences in someone's mind. They may be having a bad day, they may be having some problem at home, and you need them to do something that they may not feel like doing at that time, or people may fight amongst themselves, you may have conflict, and to resolve these issues in a manner that is beneficial to all can be quite tricky. So people skills are quite important on board. We do need to pay due attention to this, and this is a skill that I advise everyone and anyone coming up in this industry to practice, like read up about and observe the people who are good with people. That's how I picked up, by seeing the ones who can diffuse a situation instantly, who walk into the room and get people to do things without them feeling like they were compelled to do it. So rightly said, as important as it is to know your ship and to know how the ship operates, it is to know people and how to get them to work together.
Would you like to share some kind of tips on, how you said somebody can just walk into a room and diffuse the situation? How would you do that?
Well, I have to admit that people skills is still not my strongest hand, but I would say it boils down to making everyone feeling heard. Understanding that at the end of the day we are all here fighting some sort of battle or the other, and very often emotions from one aspect of our life get carried forward to another. So someone's personal life may affect their professional life, and making sure that people do feel that you can understand where they're coming from when they voice something to you. That's one. And secondly, I would say communication has to be very clear, very, very concise, because a lot of things stem from misunderstandings and from assuming that something was said or not said. And you need to build up that culture where people can speak freely without the fear of repercussions. And that open communication is like, all people who are good at managing people are also good communicators. So that's the two things I could bring to the table right now to advise everyone out there is become a good communicator and become good at making people feel heard.
Awesome. Well, Captain, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on here on Sailor Today. We wish you the very best, and we'll definitely be in touch.
Thank you so much, Ryan. It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Captain D'Souza, thank you for sharing your journey with us. To our listeners, that was Captain Rencho D'Souza in conversation with us on Sailor Today International Maritime Radio. Until next time, chart your course with confidence and sail safe. Hello listeners, we want to remind you that the material and the information presented on this program are for general information purposes only. The views expressed and the language used in the content belong to the esteemed interviewees and do not reflect on the opinions of the host, our station, its affiliates or staff. Stay tuned for more informative discussions.
And that was In Conversation With. You are listening to Sailor Today International Maritime Radio. Coming up next, Wellerman Epic Shanty, contributed by Ebony. That was Wellerman Epic Shanty by a Bunny on Sailor Today International Maritime Radio. Your link ashore while at sea.
Good news! Explora Journeys is hiring for their new luxury cruise line. If you have luxury experience within hospitality, send your CV to explorajobs@msccs.com or visit us on Facebook, LinkedIn and Instagram. Explora Journeys.
Your unmissable dose of vitamin C.
It's 2:22. It's 2:22.
The latest from the Directorate General of Shipping. DG Shipping has issued DGS Order 12 of 2026, introducing major changes to the eligibility criteria for India's Continuous Discharge Certificate. Under the new order, CDC issuance through only 5 basic STCW courses has been discontinued, and certificates will now be issued exclusively to candidates from DG Shipping-approved Pre-C courses, Agniveers, hospitality and cruise sector professionals, ex-Indian Navy personnel, and certified cooks and certificate of competency holders. The order also introduces new measures for GP rating candidates, including reservation for technically skilled applicants and raising the upper age limit to 28 years, while maritime institutes have been directed to stop advertising standalone STCW courses as a CDC pathway. Signed by Director General of Maritime Administration, Sri Shyam Jagannathan, DGS Order 12 of 2026 comes into effect from the 1st of August 2026. That is your DGS update.
You are listening to Sailor Today Radio. Your unmissable dose of vitamin C.
It's 2:24.
You are listening to Sailor Today Radio.
India is ranked among the leading nations in the world for the supply of trained maritime manpower. Thousands of Indian officers and ratings serve on vessels of every flag, on every ocean, on every trade route. That presence did not happen by accident. It is the result of decades of investment in maritime education, from the Lal Bahadur Shastri College of Advanced Maritime Studies to the T.S. Chanakya and dozens of other institutions across the country. Indian seafarers are a global force.
Your unmissable dose of vitamin C.
You are listening to Sailor Today International Maritime Radio. Coming up next, Seven Seas Sea Shanty, contributed by Julius H. That was Seven Seas Sea Shanty by Julius H. on Sailor Today International Maritime Radio. Your link ashore while at sea.
Somewhere between port and starboard lies a fact worth knowing.
For new joiners and youngsters wanting to join the Merchant Navy, understanding the Seafarer's Identity Document, SID, is crucial. This unique identification card, essential for maritime endeavors, confirms the holder's status as a seafarer. It's not a travel document, but plays a vital role in verifying a seafarer's identity during their career at sea. The SID is indispensable for seafarers, offering official recognition and easing their engagements within the maritime industry. Remember, for those aspiring to embark on a career in the Merchant Navy, knowing about the SID is essential.
Did you know? Now you do.
Sailor Today, since 1991. Distributed in India, USA, UK, Hong Kong, Singapore, Dubai, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka and Thailand.
Time for the Sailor Today Maritime Quiz. Today's quiz question. The first circumnavigation of the globe was completed in the 16th century. Which expedition achieved it, and who led it when it set out? The answer is coming up later in the program.
The answer to today's quiz. The first circumnavigation of the globe was completed by the expedition led by Ferdinand Magellan, which set out from Spain in 1519. Magellan himself was killed in the Philippines in 1521 and did not complete the voyage. The expedition was completed by Juan Sebastián Elcano, who brought the surviving vessel Victoria back to Spain in 1522. The voyage proved that the Earth's oceans are one continuous body of water, a fact that underpins everything maritime navigation has become since.
You are listening to Sailor Today Radio.
Sunday, May 31st. The last day of May. A month closes. Another opens tomorrow. North or south of the equator, east or west of the prime meridian, you made it through another month at sea. That is not nothing. That is everything. Enjoy today. You have earned the right to. This is Sailor Today, your link ashore while at sea.
A thought for the day. Every sailor who ever lived has looked at the same moon from a different sea. The moon that lights your deck tonight has lit every deck in history. You are alone on your watch and part of the longest story ever told at the same time. Both things are true.
Your unmissable dose of vitamin C. Sailor Today, since 1991. Distributed in India, USA, UK, Hong Kong, Singapore, Dubai, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka and Thailand.
It's 2:32.
Whatever this voyage has brought, good watches and difficult ones, calm seas and rough ones, easy days and days you just got through, you have handled it. That is the job. That is also the measure of who you are. Rest well when the watch ends. You will be ready for whatever comes next.
Every departure is hard. Every return is a small miracle. Two people who held on to each other across an ocean, finding their way back to the same room. That is not nothing. That is one of the most quietly remarkable things human beings do. You are doing it, both of you.
Your unmissable dose of vitamin C.
Your maritime phrase for today. Safe Manning Certificate. A document issued by a flag state specifying the minimum number of qualified personnel required on board a vessel for safe operation. officers, engineers, ratings, broken down by watch and by function. It reflects the size of the vessel, its trading area, the machinery fitted, and the operations it performs. A vessel operating below its safe manning level is in breach of SOLAS. The certificate on the bridge is not a bureaucratic formality. It is the minimum below which the vessel should not sail.
It's 2:34.
Sailor Today, since 1991. Distributed in India, USA, UK, Hong Kong, Singapore, Dubai, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and Thailand. You are listening to Sailor Today Radio.
It's 2:34.
News headlines brought to you by Sailor Today in association with Bandakar Shipping News, your trusted source for maritime current affairs, ports, shipping lanes, and the industry that never sleeps. Monday to Saturday, broadcasting from the heart of maritime.
You are listening to Sailor Today, International Maritime Radio. Coming up next, Calling My Jen. Contributed by Housers.
So many times and so many lies and so many friends and so much fun with you, with you, with you, with you, with you, with you, right now. And so many friends and so many times and so many times and so many tries with you, with you, with you, with you, with you, with you, right now. There's so much time to leave and looking inside my heart. It's time to change, and nobody will know you, with you, with you, with you, with you. That time is changing with my own. That time is coming with a price. We're walking down the line. I'm leaving, trying to find in you so much time, believe. I'm looking inside my heart and looking for a sign from you, with you, with you, with you, with you, with you, with you.
That was Calling My Jen by Housers on Sailor Today International Maritime Radio. Your link ashore while at sea.
To those who sail the seas, who navigate the globe with discipline, ambition, and courage.
Here's a brand that speaks your language. Karma Developers.
Founded by seafarer, entrepreneur, and visionary Captain Pradeep Singh, an industry icon with a legacy anchored in leadership and integrity. Karma Developers understands the journey because they have sailed it too.
With over a decade of experience and 25 plus prestigious projects across the UAE, UK, Cyprus, Karma Developers creates homes in Dubai that feel like safe harbors for mariners and global citizens. Flexible payment plans like just 10% on booking and 1% monthly make it even easier to come ashore.
Whether you are looking to invest, settle, or return to shore in style, discover affordable luxury built with precision, passion, and global expertise in the most dynamic cities of the world, Dubai.
From the iconic beach house at Palm Jumeirah to vibrant communities and high-yield commercial spaces, every Karma project blends sustainability, smart design, and unmatched value. And with our in-house professional team, there's no hassle. Maintenance and rentals are expertly handled for you.
With over 2,000 satisfied homeowners, Karma Developers is the trusted port in the real estate storm.
Built by those who've crossed oceans, for those who call the world home.
Karma Developers,
where mariners anchor their dreams. Visit karmadevelopers.ae or call 800 Karma and set course for your next destination home.
Thank you for all of it. The watches, the distance, the sacrifice, the expertise, the professionalism, the quiet courage of a life spent at sea. The world does not stop to say this often enough. Sailor Today does. Thank you.
You are listening to Sailor Today International Maritime Radio. Coming up next, The Mysterious Sailor Singer Show, Episode 2. Stay with us.
हेलो नमस्कार सत श्री अकाल आदाब मैं हूँ आरजे जयश्री शो लेकर आई हूँ शिप और रिलेशनशिप के तराने और आप मुझे सुन रहे हैं सेलर टुडे रेडियो पर। क्या हाल चाल है आपका? किन ख्यालों में खोए हुए हैं आप? आज तो कुछ अलग ही मूड लग रहा है आपका। आप कहेंगे मैंने कैसे पकड़ लिया? भाई दोस्तों के बीच यही तो एक अच्छी चीज होती है कि दोस्त दोस्त को समझ जाता है। और कहते हैं कि भाई अगर दूर हैं तो कैसे समझेंगे? भाई टेलीपैथी, मन की आंखें, ऐसी तमाम बातें ऐसे थोड़ी ही कही गई हैं। इनके कहने का मतलब ये है कि जरूरी नहीं कि आप अपने दोस्तों के साथ हमेशा मौजूद रहें। हो सकता है ना कि वर्चुअल भी हो सकता है और आजकल तो वर्चुअल जमाना ही है। लेकिन थैंक गॉड इमोशंस में वर्चुअल ज्यादा नहीं है भाई। अगर कोई दूर जाता है तो हमें याद भी आती है उसकी, हाँ, उसकी याद में हम बहुत सारी बातें भी करते हैं। और ऐसे में हिंदी और उर्दू शब्द, जी हाँ, हिंदी और उर्दू शब्द हमारे उन फीलिंग्स को बताने में बड़ी हेल्प करते हैं। कभी कभी पता है मुझे क्या लगता है? मुझे लगता है कि अगर ये शब्द ना होते तो हम कैसे बताते एक दूसरे को अपने हाली दिल, अपने दिल की बातें? मुश्किल हो जाता ना। ऐसे में बस गानों का ही सहारा होता है दोस्तों। तो चलिए, एक बहुत ही प्यारा सा गाना है और उस गाने में ना हर एक शब्द बड़ा अलग है, बड़ा प्यारा है। जब आप सुनेंगे ना तो आपका भी हाले दिल आपको याद आ जाने वाला है। तो चलिए, बहुत ही प्यारा गाना आपके लिए प्ले करने वाली हूँ। दिल को थाम कर इस गाने को सुनिए।
मेरा दर्पण अखियां तेरी, तुझसे तरसे रतियां मेरी, जीना मुझको आने लगा जब से चहकी बतियां मेरी, जोगन तेरा मारा रसिया, जग जीता दिल हारा रसिया, पग तेरे चौबारे ठहरे, सदके में बरजारा रसिया, रसिया ये तेरा हुआ तूने जिया मोह लिया, रसिया ने तेरा है जो वही तुझे सौंप दिया। मेरा सरमाया है तू, तेरा सरमाया हूँ मैं। आजा मुझे खींच दे, मुरझाया हूँ मैं। जैसे मेरा दामन है तू और तेरी छाया हूँ मैं, तभी तेरा बावरा कहलाया हूँ मैं। तेरी बाहों में होके लगता है कि ज़मीं पे जन्नत नत सब शायद अगर कहीं है, यही है बनकर तेरा यारा रसिया। सोचे ना दोबारा रसिया, ओ पग तेरे चौबारे ठहरे, सदके में बन जा रहा रसिया। रसिया ने तेरा है जो तुम्हें तुझे सौंप दिया। रसिया ये तेरा हुआ, तूने जिया मोह लिया।
तो गाना कैसा लगा आपको? जैसा मैंने कहा था बिल्कुल वैसा ना? चलिए, वो कहते हैं कि भाई कोई आपसे किसी चीज की कमिटमेंट कर ले, कोई बात की गारंटी ले ले तो पूरी हो जाए तो क्या बात है। वैसे लाइफ जो है ना एकदम सर्कल 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 जैसे चलती जाती है, इसलिए कहा जाता है कि अपनी जो ख्याली पुलाव है ना ज्यादा पकानी नहीं चाहिए। लेकिन अगर आप मुझसे पूछेंगे तो एक कलाकार होने के नाते भाई मैं तो कहूंगी इमेजिनेशन में जो बात है ना वो रियलिटी में नहीं है। यहाँ पर ना मुझे एक बड़ा प्यारा सा शेर कह लीजिए वो याद आ रहा है कि जो मजा इंतजार में है वो विसाले यार में नहीं। इस बात से ना मुझे पता है बहुत सारे सेलर कहेंगे क्या बोल रहे हो जयश्री, हमसे पूछो भाई, जब हम शिप पर जाते हैं काम के लिए तो हमारा वो इंतजार कितना बड़ा हो जाता है, हमसे पूछो। हाँ यार ये बात आप बिल्कुल सही बोल रहे हैं, लेकिन भाई शेर और शायरी की बात ही कुछ और होती है। उसको रियलिटी से कनेक्ट मत करिए, बस उसको सुनिए और एंजॉय करिए। अब अगला गाना भी बिल्कुल मेरी बातों पर एकदम फिट बैठ रहा है, इमेजिनेशन है उस गाने में। अब आपको वही फील करनी है गाने के थ्रू, तो चलिए प्यारा सा गाना आप सबके लिए।
चाहे कुछ न कहना, भले चुप तू रहना, मुझे है पता तेरे प्यार का खामोश चेहरा, आंखों में पहरा खुद है गवाह तेरे प्यार का। तेरी झुकी नजर, तेरी हर अदा मुझे कह रही है ये दास्तां कोई शख्स है जो कि इन दिनों तेरे ज़हनो दिल पे छा गया। तेरी झुकी नजर, तेरी हर अदा मुझे कह रही है ये दास्तां यही तेरी जुल्फ जब भी बिखर जाती है, हंसी तू हंसी तो जा जाती है। जो किताबों में पढ़ती रहे आज तक वो बारी हमको तुझे में नजर आती है, तेरी ही बाहों में पनाहों में रहना मुझे हरदम सदा, तेरी ही यादों में निगाहों में रहना मुझे हरदम सदा, तेरी ही बाहों में पनाहों में रहना मुझे हरदम सदा। यही चाहे कुछ न कहना, भले चुप तो रहना, मुझे है पता तेरे प्यार का खामोश चेहरा, आंखों में पहरा खुद है गवाह तेरे प्यार का, तेरी झुकी नजर तेरी हर अदा मुझे कह रही ये दास्तां, कोई शख्स है जो कि इन दिनों मेरे ज़हन और दिल पे छा गया, तेरी झुकी नजर तेरी हर अदा मुझे कह रही है ये दास्तां।
आई एम श्योर ये गाना भी आपको बहुत पसंद आया होगा। तो चलिए इस गाने के साथ शो को वाइंड अप करती हूँ और इस उम्मीद के साथ कि अगली बार और बहुत सारी अच्छी बातों के साथ एकदम फ्रेश हवाओं की तरह आऊंगी और कुछ प्यारे प्यारे नगमे अपने साथ लेकर आऊंगी। तब तक के लिए टेक केयर, बाय बाय।
That was the Mysterious Sailor Singer Show on Sailor Today, International Maritime Radio. Your link ashore while at sea.
Hello and welcome to DG Shipping Weekly on Sailor Today International Maritime Radio. Your link ashore while at sea. I am Captain Manku.
And I am Cadet Sonia. Every Sunday we bring you the most important developments from the Directorate General of Shipping. Straight to you, wherever you are in the world.
This week on the bridge, let us talk about what DG Shipping has been doing for you. Good morning to every seafarer out there, whether you're on watch, in port, or somewhere in between. You're listening to DGS Weekly on Sailor Today International Maritime Radio. I'm Captain Manku, and with me today, as always, is Sonia. How are you doing this week?
Good morning, Captain Manku. I'm doing really well, actually. Especially because the story we're covering today is one I've been wanting to talk about for a while. It feels important.
It does feel important, Sonia. And I'll tell you why. Because it isn't just a government circular. It isn't just paperwork moving through an office. What we're talking about today is a formal, structured, named commitment from India's Directorate General of Shipping to the women who are in this industry. And the women who should be.
So let's start from the beginning, Captain Manku. What exactly has been issued and what does it actually say?
Right. So on the 4th of May, 2026, the Directorate General of Shipping in Mumbai, the DGS, issued DGS Order number 06 of 2026. Now, this order is described as an addendum. That's an important word. It builds on an earlier order, DGS Order number 18 of 2024, which was dated the 25th of November 2024. So, what you have here is phase 2 of something that was already set in motion. The original order established the framework. This new order strengthens it. And it was signed by Shyam Jagannathan, who is the Director General of Shipping.
So this isn't a brand new initiative. It's a continuation. They laid the groundwork in 2024, and now they're building the structure on top of it.
Exactly right. And that distinction matters enormously in how we read this. Because one of the criticisms that sometimes gets leveled at institutional gender initiatives, not just in maritime but anywhere, is that they're announced with fanfare and then quietly forgotten. What Order number 06 of 2026 does is demonstrate continuity. There's a named program, Sagar Mein Saman, which translates beautifully as honor on the ocean or respect at sea. And now it has a phase 2 with real appointments and real committees attached to it.
Captain Manku, tell me about those appointments. Who has been named to lead this?
So the Order appoints 2 joint chairpersons to head what is called the Task Force for Women in Maritime. The 2 women named are Dr. Kusum Kanwar and Ms. Ambika Singh. Joint chairpersons. Not 1, 2. I think that's deliberate. It signals shared leadership, and it ensures that no single point of failure exists at the top.
That's actually quite a thoughtful structural choice, Captain Manku. 2 voices at the helm rather than 1.
It is. And when you look at what sits beneath them, the subcommittees, you start to understand the scale of thinking here. Because 4 distinct subcommittees have been constituted under this order, and each one has a very specific job to do. The first is the Training Modules Development Committee. The second is the Capacity Building, Sensitization and Outreach Committee. The third is the Monitoring, Evaluation and Review Committee. And the fourth is the Institutional Framework and Governance Committee.
Captain Manku, when I hear those 4 names together, I notice something. They seem to cover the full life cycle of the problem. You've got the content side with training, the people side with outreach, the accountability side with monitoring, and then the systemic side with governance. Is that a fair reading?
That is not just a fair reading, that is precisely the right reading. And I'm glad you caught it. Because this is what distinguishes a serious institutional response from a symbolic one. A symbolic response says, "We support women in maritime," and puts a banner up. A serious institutional response says, "Right, where are the gaps in training? Who is doing the outreach and how do we measure it? How do we hold ourselves accountable? And what needs to change at the level of policy and governance so that none of this collapses when the enthusiasm fades?" Those 4 committees answer those 4 questions.
And the fact that it's phase 2, that word addendum, it means the DGS is treating this as ongoing work, not a one-time gesture.
Precisely. The sea doesn't change in a single tide. And culture, institutional culture, doesn't change in a single order. What the DGS is doing here is creating a structure that can sustain its own momentum. Leadership is named. Responsibilities are distributed. The work is compartmentalized so it can proceed in parallel across different tracks simultaneously. Training doesn't have to wait for governance. Outreach doesn't have to wait for monitoring. Everything can move at once.
Captain Manku, I want to ask something that I think a lot of listeners, especially the younger seafarers, might be wondering. Sagar Mein Saman, it's a powerful name. What does it actually mean for a woman who is working in or trying to enter the Indian maritime industry? What's the real-world impact supposed to look like?
That's the most important question in the room, Sonia. And I appreciate you asking it directly. Because all the committee names and order numbers in the world don't mean anything if someone standing on a dock or sitting in a maritime academy or crewing a vessel doesn't feel the difference. The intent of Sagar Mein Saman and what these 4 committees are structured to deliver is that women should be able to enter maritime training, progress through maritime careers, and reach positions of seniority without facing systemic barriers that men simply don't face. The Training Modules Committee means that the content of how seafarers are educated should reflect the reality that women are seafarers too. The Outreach Committee means that girls and young women who might not even consider this industry should be reached, in schools, in communities, in places where maritime doesn't yet feel like an option. The Monitoring Committee means someone is watching, measuring, checking whether any of this is working. And the Governance Committee means that if the system itself needs to change to make room, procedurally, institutionally, there is a body tasked with identifying and recommending those changes.
When you put it that way, Captain Manku, it really does feel like someone sat down and thought, what would it take to actually do this properly, not just to announce it?
And that's what gives me genuine hope about this order. It's signed, it's dated, it's numbered. It's an addendum to a prior commitment. Dr. Kusum Kanwar and Ms. Ambika Singh have been named. Their names are in a government order. That means accountability. That means when someone asks 6 months or a year from now, what did the Task Force for Women in Maritime actually accomplish? There are named individuals, named committees, and a program with a name and a phase number that can be measured against.
Captain Manku, I want to pick up on one thing. The Monitoring, Evaluation and Review Committee specifically. In your experience, is monitoring actually the piece that tends to get neglected? Because it feels like it might be the one that decides whether everything else works.
You have put your finger on something I have watched play out over a very long career, Sonia. Monitoring is the unglamorous sibling of all the exciting work. Nobody claps when you publish an evaluation report. Nobody gets a photograph taken when you review a metric. But without it, without someone rigorously asking, is this working, and if not, why not? The most beautifully designed initiative drifts. It loses coherence. Good intentions become legacy documents. What the DGS has done by making monitoring, evaluation and review a standalone committee, not a footnote to another committee's terms of reference, but its own body with its own mandate, is to say, accountability is not optional. Progress will be measured.
That's a really significant thing to build into the architecture from the
That is your DG Shipping Weekly for this week. This is Captain Manku.
And Cadet Sonia. Safe sailing to all, wherever you are in the world.
This is Sailor Today International Maritime Radio. Your link ashore while at sea.
Sunday, May 31st. The last day of May. A month closes. Another opens tomorrow. North or south of the equator, east or west of the prime meridian, you made it through another month at sea. That is not nothing. That is everything. Enjoy today. You have earned the right to. This is Sailor Today, your link ashore while at sea.
Your unmissable dose of vitamin C.
Washington has Iran's shipping network in its sights again. According to G-Captain, the US Treasury Department has rolled out a fresh round of sanctions, targeting shipping companies, tanker operators, and commercial facilitators allegedly moving Iranian petroleum and petrochemicals. If you're operating in those waters, you'll want your compliance team paying close attention. Meanwhile, America's LNG ambitions are pushing forward. G-Captain reports that Cheniere Energy Partners has signed a major engineering, procurement and construction contract with Bechtel, moving ahead with a significant expansion of its Sabine Pass LNG export terminal in Louisiana. Big infrastructure, big implications for global gas flows. If you're heading to Athens for Posidonia, and tens of thousands of you are, Splash 24/7 has something worth reading before you go. Karen Martin of Ship Money has written an honest, hard-won advisory for anyone about to descend on shipping's most extravagant show. Her message is simple: your feet will betray you. Plan accordingly. Greek Capesize specialist Shenergy Maritime is building for the future, fast. Splash 24/7 reports the company has added a 6th new build to its order book, bringing its total program to 6 eco-design bulkers worth around $460 million, including 5 Capesizes and 1 Newcastle Max, all scheduled for delivery from 2027 onwards. 2 major economies are moving closer together. Hellenic Shipping News reports that China and the United Kingdom have expressed strong support for deeper economic engagement, with both sides working toward what they're calling a long-term, comprehensive strategic partnership. And now, a number that should stop you cold. BIMCO's chief shipping analyst, Niels Rasmussen, says, and Hellenic Shipping News carries this, that the Strait of Hormuz has been effectively closed for 3 months. Hundreds of ships, thousands of seafarers, trapped in the Persian Gulf. BIMCO is now modeling 2 scenarios for tanker demand recovery. But when those ships can safely move again, nobody yet knows. If you have colleagues out there, you already know what this means. For anyone holding a crew certificate or due for renewal, Ship Technology has published a plain language breakdown of STCW regulations and exactly how they impact your certification. Worth bookmarking. And finally, Ship Technology is also looking at a serious technical challenge in offshore operations. How the industry is working to move beyond snapback risk in deep-water lifting systems. Safety critical reading for anyone working deck or subsea. That is your shipping bulletin.
MSC Cruises is hiring at Chennai, Bangalore, Kochi and Goa. Become part of our team by registering online on social media, Facebook, Instagram and LinkedIn at MSC Crewing Services India Cruises.
Sailor Today, since 1991. Distributed in India, USA, UK, Hong Kong, Singapore, Dubai, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka and Thailand.
It's 3:05.
You are listening to Sailor Today International Maritime Radio. Coming up next, The Captain Sanjay Chopra Show, Episode 5. Stay with us.
Hello friends, listeners and shippies across the globe. Welcome back to the Captain Sanjay Chopra Show, and this is your host Sanjay Chopra. This is a special episode which I would like to dedicate to those of my batchmates who are no longer with us. Special mention here for my fellow batchmate T. Mohan. You see, when we went home for our winter break to visit our parents, there was one mother and father who sadly could not share that joy. Our fellow batchmate T. Mohan had lost his life within first month of joining Rajendra by drowning during our swimming practice at Lal Bahadur Shastri Nautical and Engineering College. A tragedy which sent shockwaves through the batch and teaching staff. The pain and anguish felt by his parents who never got to see their son again is something which is heart-wrenching to even imagine. I would like to dedicate this next song to him as an ode to his spirit and a friendship which was cut short. To quote from the lyrics of the song, "Diye jalte hain, phool khilte hain, badi mushkil se magar, duniya mein dost milte hain." Song from 1973 movie Namak Haram, starring Rajesh Khanna and Amitabh Bachchan, sung by Kishore Kumar and music by R.D. Burman. Here is my rendition of it for my long departed dear batchmate T. Mohan.
दिए जलते हैं, फूल खिलते हैं, दिए जलते हैं, फूल खिलते हैं, बड़ी मुश्किल से मगर दुनिया में दोस्त मिलते हैं, दिए जलते हैं, फूल खिलते हैं, बड़ी मुश्किल से मगर दुनिया में दोस्त मिलते हैं, दिए जलते हैं। जब जिस वक्त किसी का यार जुदा होता है, कुछ ना पूछो यारों दिल का हाल बुरा होता है।
जब जिस वक्त किसी का यार जुदा होता है, कुछ ना पूछो यारों दिल का हाल बुरा होता है। दिल पे यादों के जैसे तीर चलते हैं, हाँ 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 दिए जलते हैं, फूल खिलते हैं, बड़ी मुश्किल से मगर दुनिया में दोस्त मिलते हैं, दिए जलते हैं। इस रंग रूप देखो, हरगिज नाज न करना, जान भी मांगे यार तो दे देना, नाराज न करना। इस रंग रूप पे देखो, हरगिज नाज न करना, जान भी मांगे यार तो दे देना, नाराज न करना। रंग उड़ जाते हैं, धूप ढलते हैं, दिए जलते हैं, फूल खिलते हैं, बड़ी मुश्किल से मगर दुनिया में दोस्त मिलते हैं, दिए जलते हैं। दौलत और जवानी एक दिन खो जाती है, सच कहता हूँ सारी दुनिया दुश्मन हो जाती है। दौलत और जवानी एक दिन खो जाती है, सच कहता हूँ सारी दुनिया दुश्मन हो जाती है। उम्र भर दोस्त लेकिन साथ चलते हैं, दिए जलते हैं, फूल खिलते हैं, दिए जलते हैं, फूल खिलते हैं, बड़ी मुश्किल से मगर दुनिया में दोस्त मिलते हैं, दिए जलते हैं, फूल खिलते हैं, बड़ी मुश्किल से मगर दुनिया में दोस्त मिलते हैं, दिए जलते हैं।
So far in our lifetime, we as a batch have lost lots of our fellow brothers, including T. Mohan, who of course was the first one to go. Over the years, so far as I know, we have lost another 21 of our beloved brothers. I will be taking their names to pay respects. They are S.S. Raghuvanshi, Praveen Kumar, N.N. Vaswani, R. Bhardwaj, A.K. Mathur, P.B. Shelley, P.T. Menon, S.P. Sundarajan, H.S. Momi, Kapil Sangal, Atul Tyagi, Gurudev Singh Mehra, Sushanta Kumar Swain, M.S. Ram Prakash, H.S.P.S. Bhandari, S. Kala, S.P. Sundarajan, Neeraj Singh Tanwar, Sudhir Bhushan, Rakesh Bhatia, and S.K. Mathur. Hope you would not mind that I have taken the liberty to pause my ongoing story to spare a thought for all of the above and dedicate this episode to them. When I think of all the batchmates that have left us, I can only say that if any of their family members are listening, please know that we are always here for any kind of support. The 7980 Rajendra alumni, or SERA as we call it, is a group of brothers that I am proud to associate myself with. We will always show up for each other, and I am honored to be able to use this platform to pay my respects to them. Life is beautiful, yet unpredictable journey, and this thought can probably be summed up best with a song titled Zindagi Kaisi Hai Paheli Hai from the 1971 movie Anand, also starring Amitabh Bachchan and Rajesh Khanna, and sung by Manna Dey, music director Salil Chaudhary. I hope you enjoy this heartfelt tribute to all the SERA members and their families across the globe.
कैसी है पहेली हाय, कभी तो हंसाए कभी रुलाए। जिंदगी कैसी है पहेली हाय, कभी तो हंसाए कभी देखो मन नहीं जागे, पीछे पीछे सपनों के भागे। कभी देखो मन नहीं जागे, पीछे पीछे सपनों के भागे। एक दिन सपनों का राही चला जाए सपनों से आगे, कहा जिंदगी